It is the middle of the night, 2 in the morning, and your cat is screaming loudly. Not just a little meow, she is screaming continuously, almost like a desperate cry for help. You are lying in bed, your heart is beating faster, you have no idea what is happening. Is she sick? Is she in pain? What is going on inside her? You get up, walk over to her, and she looks at you completely calmly. Then she starts right back up again, louder than ever before. Most cat owners think the exact same thing in that moment. Something is very wrong. The explanation for this will free you from your guilty conscience forever. What you are hearing at night is not a cry of pain, it is ancient biology in action. After this video, you will understand what your cat is truly telling you. And you will know exactly what helps now and what you should definitely avoid. Let's start with the important question that almost everyone answers incorrectly. Why does a cat scream so loudly in the middle of the night anyway? Most people answer, hunger, fear, pain. That is sometimes true, but not now. What is happening tonight has another, much more honest name than pain. It is called being in heat, and in medical terms, it is known as estrus. This is not a suffering and not an illness. This is biology in its purest form. Your cat carries a signal inside her that is bigger than anything else. This signal tells her, call now, let yourself be found, that is your purpose. And she does just that, with everything she has and can give. Here comes the crucial part that really shows everything in a completely different light. Cats do not scream because they are suffering, they scream because they have to obey. Not you, not the house, but an ancient command in every single one of their cells. You might know this moment. You pet her and she still keeps going. That is not because she is indifferent or cold towards you. It is because this drive is currently stronger than your loving hand. Stronger than exhaustion, stronger than petting, sometimes even stronger than hunger. And now the question that bothers many, how long does this last? A heat cycle typically lasts anywhere between 5 and 10 days. But without mating or hormonal intervention, the next heat cycle will return. Every 2 to 3 weeks, over and over again from February to October of the year. That is the completely natural cycle of an unspayed cat in Europe. So what exactly is happening in her body during this intense time? When a cat goes into heat, her estrogen levels rise very strongly and rapidly. The brain receives a clear signal, reproduction time, everything else is now secondary. The body changes noticeably, the muscles become softer, the posture lower. And the vocal cords do exactly what they are meant to do in this phase. Researchers from Vienna have observed cats increase their volume by up to 40%. Not because of more pain, but because reach is vital for survival in nature. A male cat out in the wild hears this call from several hundred meters away. And now the exact same animal is calling out into an empty silence in your apartment. Many call this moment heartbreaking. I actually find it truly impressive. She is a wild animal inside a warm home, and that is beautiful. But to be completely honest, at 3 in the morning, everyone really just wants to sleep. So let's talk specifically about what actually helps and what definitely does not. Screaming back doesn't help. Ignoring her hardly helps in the short term. Scolding does nothing at all. She is currently reacting to hormonal signals that are much stronger than any reaction from you. Many try feeding her toys or simply shutting the door. That works for a few minutes, but the hormonal cycle continues unchecked. Spaying is the only permanent solution, not as a punishment, but as a liberation. Spayed cats are on average much calmer and overall healthier than unspayed ones. Research from Germany clearly proves they are less prone to severe uterine diseases. But until then, or while you are still thinking about it, what can you do? First, stay calm, because she senses your nervousness and it winds her up even more. Second, offer closeness, but don't force anything. Some want warmth, others want distance. Third, intensive play sessions in the evening tire her out slightly and help a little bit. Fourth, speak openly with your veterinarian. She knows your cat and knows your options. Now I want to address something that you might have never heard before. Many people feel ashamed when they admit, I was really angry at my cat. I yelled at her. I locked her out. I was completely at my limit. If you recognize this, you are not alone and you are not a bad person. What I want you to take away today, there is no malice from her in this scream. It is pure, uncontrollable life, and that deserves our respect, even at 3 in the morning. Let's stay for another brief moment on what you are actually hearing at night. You hear desperation, perhaps pain, loneliness, because it sounds and feels like it. But what your cat is actually communicating is, I am ready, where are you right now? That is not a cry for help directed at you personally, that is a call to nature. And you are standing right between her and nature, in the middle of the night in your pajamas. That is actually kind of funny, and at the same time one of the most intimate moments between you two. Because in this moment you see who she truly is, deep down inside. Not the sleepy cat on your blanket, the wild animal that she is. Now comes a scientific fact that really surprised me when I first read it. Researchers directly compared the calls of cats in heat with the cries of human infants. The frequency similarity was so strong that humans in tests could hardly tell the difference. That explains why you wake up, your body reacts immediately and involuntarily. Cats didn't plan this. It evolved through thousands of years of living together. The sound that wakes you up is exactly the sound you are meant to react to. That is not a weakness, that is empathy, the very foundation of all our relationships. Imagine if you just kept sleeping, didn't hear any of it, didn't wake up at all. What would that say about your real, genuine connection to each other? Waking up is not a mistake. It is the absolute proof that you know each other. I know that doesn't help at night, but tomorrow morning it will be really important. One more topic that concerns a lot of people very deeply. What about older cats? If a cat who was never in heat or is spayed suddenly screams loudly, that is different. Loud screaming in older cats can indicate thyroid problems or underlying pain. Cognitive dysfunction or disorientation in old age can also express themselves this way. The difference is clear. Being in heat has patterns, a season, and a specific body posture. Sudden screaming without these signs needs immediate medical attention and examination. If you are ever unsure, it is always better to ask once more than once too little. Your veterinarian appreciates owners who look closely and ask attentive questions. You might wake up again tonight, next week, or sometime after that. Remember then, she is not screaming against you. She is screaming for life. You got up, you checked on her, you are there. That is what counts. Because cats scream all night long and still seek your warmth in the morning. Tell me in the comments if your cat does this too and what you thought. I read every single comment. That is an honest promise to you. Share this with someone who is feeling exactly like you do tonight. Until next time, take good care of yourself and your cat. She needs you.